Howdy, I am in Montana, where cowboys wear denims, and I showed up in a blazer with a British V8. But this is not an ordinary one. This is the Bentley Bentayga Speed, which hits 0 to 100 in 3.4 seconds. The non-hybrid types giving enough power for the bossman at the backseat to take on the world. How much? 641 brake horsepower, 850 Newton of torque. Now, was this required? Well, that's for you to answer on the comments below after having subscribed to the channel. But this can actually tow 3.5 tons of a truck, and it can also drift. Now, you don't believe me, do you? Can you believe what I did? This is insane. This is so much fun. And this is the duality of the Bentayga, because after having drifted without an off-road mode, you can always come back as a boss and sit in the back seat. There is a 22-way massage function, and it can really rejuvenate your senses. There's absolutely top-notch upholstery right here. Everything that you touch and feel is very premium, by the way. Panoramic sunroof, you get an electronic sunblind just like this. You also get a 2C type port. There's an AC control, and you can also control the music from here, and there's plenty of legroom, which is the most important part, and the seats are very comfortable. From the outgoing Bentayga, this is definitely much more comfortable and luxurious. At the same time, it can drift. Now, design wise, now this summarizes the whole design language. It means aggressive, but when you look at the silhouette, it looks like a very fine English gentleman wearing a suit but with a cowboy hat. Very decent. Now from the front, it's different. What you get is a classic grille, black chrome. Everything is chrome, but it's painted in black, so it looks very neat. Classic Bentley with these dual headlights. Looks very classic, but would you believe that this monster can do 0 to 100 in 3.4 seconds? I don't. That's what this is, the Bentayga, and this is an off-road gravel, and this is what you can do. 2025 Bentayga has a drift mode. It has got so much of power. It's got torque vectoring. It can get you onto a controlled slide. Control slide because electronics are still in place, but you can do a dynamic ESC off. Bentayga is the one which is meant for a pinstripe suit man who can be at the rear seat. And then once he's bored with his calls and world takeover denomination, he can come, go to his ranch and have fun. But yes, having said that, nobody will go hardcore off-roading with a car like this. Nobody will go for this. Somebody will take a Mahindra Thar for that. But if you do want to have that extra money and want to go for this, then this is the car you go for. The control of this car is so much that you don't know when you are drifting, when you are in control, and when you are in speed, because this is the Bentayga Speed 2025, which is just going to make you smile all the way, whether you're on a tarmac or you're on a gravel or you're on snow, whatever it is. This is such a iconic dual standards, I would say, because this guy is not supposed to be doing all this, but yet is still doing it. There is no off-road mode given in the Bentayga, but as you can see, it can pretty much do mild off-roading, and you can go on the trails. If you do have the courage to take your expensive 6+ crore car to a trail, then you can. But Bentley has not given you an off-road mode. But at the same time, they tell you that if in case you land up somewhere, if the world is coming to an end, you will just come out smiling. That's what it does. It's riding on 23-inch tires, which is not how we would like it, because you feel all the suspension, you feel all the potholes, and the whole setup is not very luxurious, but fun, yes, certainly it's a lot of fun. So if you're someone who likes the backseat massage in a decently luxurious environment and who occasionally wants to have fun on the steering wheel, then the Bentayga Speed definitely makes the cut. Otherwise, it is not doing either to 100%. When I say that, I basically mean that if you really want to have a lot of fun in driving, then there are many other cars, including the RS-Q8, the Porsches of the world, etc. And if you want a total backseat luxury, then you again have a lot of this. So this is somewhere in the middle. That's where the path is there. But the beautiful thing about the Bentayga Speed is that it's a non-hybrid, which means that it will age very well. And now it's time to conclude. You see that there's a snow-capped mountain peaks all around us. This is the sun and that is the greenery. Now this is the irony of this car, because on one side it's a full performance spec. On the other side, this is the Bentley. This is supposed to be one of the most luxurious cars around. So now when the two come together, you should get a high performance luxurious car. It's the first SUV before Urus, which actually set the tone for everybody else to follow. Should you go for it? If you have the money, by all means, yes. But is it the right choice? That's again something that you decide. Somewhere the Bentley was also confused whether this should be more of a performance or should be more of a luxury. At the end, this is a classic Bentley and I'll leave it at that. I also would love to know your thoughts on this. What do you think of this? But whatever it is, if the FTA kicks in, this is going to be very attractive. That, when placed next to the Urus, is going to give the Urus a very tough time. That's my time. I'll see you in the next one.